So a few days back, I came across this video from ESPN, and they're discussing whether or not the Packers are Super Bowl contenders. I have not yet listened to it, so I don't know what they're about to say, but I think it's Dan Orlovsky, maybe a couple other guys. We're about to find out. I am filming this a few days early because I've been planning some videos in the future. So at this point, Jordan Love does not have a contract. Maybe by the time this video comes out, he does. Maybe not. I believe I'm putting this video out on July 1st. Yep. So we'll see. It's just a few days difference. But let's hear what ESPN has to say, and then I'll give my thoughts. And please give your thoughts in the comment section as well. Here we go.
It's coming out of the NFC, and I think he needs us to help him solve them. Dan, let's start with the Packers.
Yeah, are Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers legit Super Bowl contenders?
Yes.
There was a 9-game stretch last season when Jordan Love, arguably the best quarterback in football, they went 7-2. He had 21 touchdowns, 1 pick, a QBR just about an 80 that led the NFL. But to be a Super Bowl contender and a good story are completely different things. And while this team went down and destroyed the Cowboys in the playoffs and had a lead against the San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round, it's a different level to go up to that legit Super Bowl contenders.
Dan, I feel like there is steps toward becoming that contender. You talked about being a good story and being a Super Bowl contender. Generally, it feels like there is a year in between those two things when you're really knocking on the door, trying to become one of the big boys in the league.
Okay, so I just guess, first off, like what are we defining Super Bowl contender? Is Super Bowl contender like they're gonna be in the Super Bowl? So like last year were the Super Bowl contenders the 49ers and Chiefs, or is it any team you think can make it to the Super Bowl? I feel like, in my opinion, a Super Bowl contender is a team that you think has a chance to be in the Super Bowl in 2024. That would be my thought. So in my opinion, yes, they seem that they're saying it's a difference between having a good story than being a contender. So let's continue.
We'll say Brian Gutekunst, the general manager, has drafted well enough the last 2 years to get a lot of key contributors that are making marks under those rookie contracts. If they can get some pieces out of this year's draft, then yes, they are a contender, but that requires staying healthy. That requires some of those guys stepping up. It feels like they're getting close. I would say they're still, though, knocking on the door.
Dan, you got something else?
Yeah, I think there's two things that are the biggest part of this question and conversation. Number one, does Jordan Love take that next step? Remember, there was halfway through the season or so last year when I and many of us were still waiting for Jordan Love to go, all right, are you going to play like that first-round pick? So he did for that last 10-game stretch. Now everyone expects it. And then the second thing, new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. Remember last year when the Cleveland Browns went and made a defensive coordinator change and brought in Jim Schwartz? And through many parts of the season, it was, oh my gosh, that was one of the biggest acquisitions throughout the whole offseason. Can Jeff Hafley be to the Green Bay Packer defense what Jim Schwartz was to the Cleveland Brown defense? Those are the two biggest things that I want to see play out this season for the Packers.
Well, the other big thing to me that
Okay, going on that defense, I was going to say that before Dan Orlovsky said that. When it comes to defense, I mean, defense is very important. And Aaron Rodgers over the years in Green Bay, many years, did not have a good defense. The one year he had like a top 3 defense, it was the number 2 scoring defense in the NFL. He won a Super Bowl. And so you compare that to Tom Brady, who year after year after year had defenses in the top 10 with Bill Belichick, leading those elite, great top-tier defenses. Aaron Rodgers did not have that. And so that is going to be a big factor in Jordan Love and this Packers team finding success in 2024. Can Jeff Hafley, as Dan Orlovsky says, make this Packers defense elite? Because if this Packers defense gets to that elite level, which there's a chance it happens, then it's going to be much easier for Jordan Love, and the Packers are easily contenders, I think. And also, the other point he made about Jordan Love, can he reach that next level? He talked about playing the last 10 games at a high level. Can he play at that level for the entire season? That's really the question. Sure, there are going to be some ups and downs. I think that we're going to see that second half of the season, Jordan Love, because of the chemistry built. I think that's why we saw him take that jump, because the rookies were no longer making as many mental mistakes. Now they have an entire offseason. I think that we're going to see a much better Packers offense from the start of the 2024 season. So in my book, the Packers are Super Bowl contenders. Now let's listen to Ryan Clark.
you can't forget is this team was 30 minutes away from being in the NFC Championship because they were up in Santa Clara on the same.
And important to note, if we didn't miss that field goal with 6 minutes left, things could have been different.
San Francisco 49ers. Dan, you have some questions about your wife's hometown team too. Who are you?
All right, that's all about the Packers. So those are basically my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Do you think, you who are watching me right now, do you think that the Packers are Super Bowl contenders? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section. We'll see how many doubters there are. If you are a doubter, it's fine. You can still watch these videos. I think that the Packers are going to have a great year in 2024. Because I think what we saw last year, I think it's going to continue into 2024. The big question is the defense in my mind, and so we'll see how all that goes. But thank you for watching. If you want more Packers content, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.